You're listening to State of Arrest with South Florida criminal defense attorneys William R. Moore, me, and William Dorenzo. Today, ride-sharing, Uber, Lyft, and its effect or not, is there no effect on DUI-related crashes? Also, Utah passes a law that makes the legal limit for DUIs .05. Other states are moving to follow suit. Kind of nutty, kind of crazy, huh, Bill?
It's very crazy when you think a few years ago that, we were at .10, and I guess when I say a few years, it's probably been more than just a few years. But
83.
83, that's, I didn't think it was that long. We at one point in time, we were at .10, we've bumped down to .08, and now we're talking about bumping down to .05, which is almost half of what, it is exactly half of what we were at in 83.
Well, is Florida considering it?
I think Florida is considering it.
Yeah?
I think.
But they must be considering it, but no movement yet.
I don't think there's any movement yet. I don't think there's been any rush to Congress to see what we're going to do about getting this .08 passed. I think they're kind of monitoring what's going on in other states. As you said, I think Utah's done it. I think some other countries out there.
Germany, United Kingdom.
Yeah, I think they're...
Are there police officers on the road there? Autobahn?
I don't know. But they say over there that it's reduced the amount of drunk driving related fatalities. They're at a .05 over there.
So many issues, even in what we just covered. There's all these stats that, doing this, some real credible statistics that lowering to a .05 will reduce DUI related homicides by up to 20%, okay? But when you're trying to determine if DUI related accidents have decreased because of ride-sharing companies, you can't get any empirical data.
Yeah.
And there's even conspiracy theorists that are saying because big corporate money's involved and Uber doesn't want bad press, and the bad press, of course, is regular accidents caused by Uber drivers, and the statistics are totally nutty. Another issue that's brought up, we talk all day, is the fact that, okay, states are considering lowering to a .05, but does South Florida need more DUI arrests? I mean, Palm Beach obviously doesn't. Miami definitely didn't because they implemented diversion programs, which is a no-no for the state attorney.
Right.
And they've kept them in place, right? And for some reason, Broward doesn't arrest for DUIs anymore and has no diversion program. You could never gauge whether or not Uber's helping in Broward, could you?
That would be very difficult. I mean, from years ago when we first started, I know the task force was much bigger years ago. I know the arrests, they arrested many more people for DUIs. I know that a lot more of the municipalities made their own DUI arrests. It seems like they've gotten away from that. The municipalities have kind of gotten into the hang of just, if they stop someone that they suspect is DUI, they'll call FHP or they'll call the BSO DUI task force, which only has 4 guys on it right now.
4 guys. None of the old guys, right?
No, none of the old guys. They're all new guys on the task force now.
And it just used to be DUI after DUI in this county. And I remember 2006 Broward was slipping a little bit in terms of being able to prosecute them, and then it all got pulled together. But I don't see Florida moving anytime soon to follow suit with this .05. But eventually, every state's going to have to do it.
Well, here's kind of to get an idea of what a .05 is. I guess the statistics out there say that if you've got a male that weighs about 160 pounds, if that individual has...
That's a kid.
There's not too many men that weigh 160
right.
pounds. But going forward with the example, if you've got a guy that weighs 160 pounds, he has 2 drinks within a 1-hour time period, he's going to be at a .05. That's what the quote-unquote statistics say. Now, it's going to be different for everybody, depending on a lot of different factors, but that's kind of what the data shows, that as a rule of thumb, you're going to be around a .05 if you have 2 drinks within an hour and weigh 160 pounds.
I think it's less than that. Oh, I think, but just in defending these things for so many years and
Well, here's the problem when we talk about, we say, okay, 2 drinks. 2 drinks is different to everybody. The rule of thumb is 1 ounce of 40 proof alcohol, 1 12-ounce can of beer at 5% alcohol and a 4-ounce glass of wine. Now, all of that with these IPAs and all these different beers that can be at 7, 8, 9, 10% have gotten everything skewed, and people that are drinking whatever type of drink they choose, they don't know if the pour is 1 ounce, they don't know if it's 1.5 ounces, 2, and maybe sometimes it could be more. And they could be thinking that they're having a drink when they're actually having 2.5 drinks.
Right. A sip of a drink that my uncle pours will put you at a 0.05. It really will. It's all drinks are not created equal.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand. I get it. For every car accident, 1/3 are apparently attributed to alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about the leading cause of death for 13 to 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
Right? Millions of people in
Yes.
accidents.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of deaths every year.
And if you stop and think about it, you stop and think, and I guess the thinking out there is just, oh, well, you know what, it's just easy. We were talking about Uber, we talked about Lyft. Oh, it's easy. You just have the app on your phone, and if you think that you're close or maybe you shouldn't be driving, you just hit the button and boom, you're gone home, you leave your car there. But, that's the easy thing, but sometimes people are like, you know what, I'm just 2 miles from the house, I'll be fine. I don't want to, at this point in time, I don't want to spend the $20 on the Uber, I can get home, I'm only 2 miles. They don't think that they're going to end up spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on a DUI.
Or 6 years in prison if they just happen to hit and kill someone.
You got it.
I mean, logic would dictate that ride sharing, the popularity of ride sharing, must be resulting in reduced DUIs.
You got it. I agree with you 100%.
And Uber drivers will, they turn a blind eye to drinking in the car. So for all the chemical dependents out there, the alcoholics, they're thinking, well, I guess they're driving with open containers, right? Anyway, but you would think, and Mothers supports Mothers Against Drunk Driving supports.
Huge proponents.
But the empirical data is really screwy because they've had, researchers have had the opportunity to run some stats based on the fact that Uber was pulled off the market for a little while, right? So kind of in close proximity. What do we have stats for DUI homicides nationwide from 2016? You think you'd be able to get all this stuff quicker, right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, right? I guess does it require a conviction? I guess maybe these are a lot of interesting questions, right?
Yeah.
Before you run the data, but what has been found is some cities definitely they're attributing the decrease in DUI accidents to ride sharing. Other cities, Reno, Nevada, 0 change. Some cities, an increase. But that isn't because of Uber. Sure. It's just the trend. Mm-hmm. Right? So, I just think that it would be easier to get this data than it is. I mean, after all, the basis for lowering the blood alcohol level, or is it blood alcohol level or breath? BAC.
I guess it could be either one. Depends if you give a breath test or a blood test.
I'm telling you. I hear it interchange. I guess so, but technically a breath test is testing the alcohol in your blood.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, these stupid topics that I'm throwing on the show. Right. So what was I saying? But when it came to lowering, apparently there was just spot on research and they could pinpoint that it's going to lower DUI related deaths by 11% and possibly as high as 20%.
Yeah.
But we can't tell which end is up when it comes to Lyft and Uber.
You would think it would be a no-brainer.
You would think so.
Yeah.
Apparently, corporate America is getting in there and skewing the numbers because can you imagine the income from an app that getting a piece of every ride share that takes place kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They want to. Uber has the empirical data, of course.
Oh, sure.
They've got the specific. They only said that it decreased DUI-related accidents by 6%. Not even.
That was Uber's study?
Oh, Uber's study was right on the money. And what else did they? They had another right on the money stat. But I guess different stats, different motivations.
Well, I mean, if you stop and think about it, if you're talking about the ones nationwide, if you're only going down 6%, that's probably a lot of people that you're helping right there.
Right. And the 11 to 20 percent that's going to be attributed to the 0.05 is I mean, it turns out to be a ton of people, but you never really know.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Bill, thanks, my friend.
Very good. Thanks. My pleasure as always.
You've been listening to State of Arrest with South Florida criminal defense attorneys William Dorenzo and me, William R. Moore. Join us next week. I don't know what we're going to talk about then. We could talk about this topic. We could get deeper into it, but I don't think we will. Till next time.